Welcome everyone, I'm Lokesh Chandra from Gokraj Rangaraju Institute of Engineering and Technology. I'm going to talk about our major project for the year 2017. The title of our project is Question Selection in Real-Time Matchmaking System Using Adaptive Learning, and it comes under the domain Web Technologies. Our team consists of Aditya Raj, Lokesh Chandra, myself, Sai Mohan, and Sai Krishna Reddy. Before going into the project, I would like to sincerely thank our project guide, Deepa ma'am, for her guidance and motivation provided throughout the project for us to complete this, and our project coordinator, Professor Mallikarjun Rao sir, for his support, and our lab faculty, Manoj Kumar sir and Prashanti ma'am, for providing us the necessary lab facilities. Okay, now let's jump right into our project. When we think about a quiz system, the pretty much basic model that comes with any quiz system is a particular set of questions, a user, and a computer through which he uses to answer those questions. And once a user answers the questions, a final report is generated, a score is generated, and which is also stored inside a database. The thing with such a system is pretty much everything that goes on here is static. There is no intelligent system that analyzes the user or analyzes the question so that the questions can be divided between users at the same time. So the main limitation is the questions lack in terms of category and depth, and it also lacks the distribution of questions depending on the player's skill level. So our proposed system is an improvised model of the previous system such that multiple players or multiple users are connected at the same time, and depending on their skill levels we distribute questions to them. So the players play the game in real time and the questions are also distributed in real time. Now, the foundation of such system is the questions, which are categorized depending on the topic level and the difficulty level. So once the questions are categorized, we also categorize the players depending on their skill level, which is calculated over time depending or from their previous game experiences. And once the players are also categorized depending on their skill level, the questions are only allocated to the players who are able to answer the questions with their match skill set. So the initial architecture setup for implementing such a system starts with a server, which is implemented in server-side programming languages like Node.js or PHP or Python, and the server handles all the players and their connections to the server so that the server can analyze the players and also provide the players with questions matching their skill level. So now a typical server talks to a database and fetches the questions. And once we integrate this entire system, we have a server connected with players at the same time, and the server talking to the database to update itself with the new questions and divide those questions or send the questions to the players connected is not quite intelligence by itself. So our system implements a new adaptive learning system decoupled from the database and the server, so the server understands the questions much better and also understands the players much better. So the final system integrated with the AI pretty much looks like this. All the players connected to the server, and the server utilizing the artificial intelligence and the adaptive learning system to understand the player's skill level and also the questions difficulty level, so that the server can know what sets of questions to be distributed to what kinds of players. Now, lobby selection is a place wherein all the players of similar skill set are grouped together so that they can be provided with a similar set of questions. And lobby is what that coordinates the synchronization of updates done by the player to all other players in the lobby. Now let's talk about how we can scale such a system from one user or two users to multiple users playing at the same time. We utilize a socket connection implemented in WebSockets to connect or to handle the connections between each player. So here we have four players playing at the same time using WebSockets, and another players, four kinds of players or four players in a lobby playing with each other, and then we have another lobby and another lobby. So a lobby is the basic place wherein each player plays with other players in real time. A connection database is a place wherein we store all the connection details of the player so that a player can understand in which lobby he is, and our server can also understand which lobby contains what kinds of players. So now let's see the working implementation of a project. So this is the initial screen of a project wherein we let a user enter his username so that we can recognize him throughout the game. So now let's enter a username and hit the play button. So once we hit a play button, we are connected to a lobby, which we have talked previously, which connects different kinds of players inside a single group, and this connection or categorization into a single group happens by analyzing the skill level of the player currently, which is Lokesh, and only connecting the players which are on similar level to Lokesh. So if Lokesh is on level 1, which is he's just getting started, the other players whom he get to play are also in beginners or just getting started. So now our lobby is waiting for two more players to join to start the game. So let's open a new tab and enter another username so that they can get connected and placed inside a single lobby. So a second player here will be Aditya. So all we have to do is hit the play button, and our intelligent system now analyzes the skill levels of both Aditya and Lokesh, and since both of them are just getting started, and that means they are on level 1, so they will get connected and they're placed under a similar lobby. So what happened here is both of them got connected to the same lobby, and both of them are synced or synchronized in real time using WebSockets, so that they both receive a same particular set of questions depending on their skill level. But our lobby has been configured to start the game once 3 players are connected. So we need a third player who will be Tony Stark, and he's also a new player who is just getting started, so all we have to do is hit the play button. So what happened now is all of them are connected together, and set of questions are distributed among them, and they're connected to a game. So all you have to do is select an option and hit the submit button, and below the questions we see a leaderboard, which is actually the real-time synchronization of scores between each of these players. So Lokesh, Aditya and Tony Stark scores are synchronized in real time between each of the clients, so they get to know the scores of other persons in real time. So clearly the game is drawn because Aditya and Lokesh are on same scores, 18 and 18, because when we look at Aditya, he has answered 2 questions correctly and 1 question is wrong, and Lokesh also did the same set of questions as correct and got 1 wrong, but Tony Stark only got 1 correct, 2 wrong, and left 2 questions. Another nice feature that we've added in our project is the ability to look into the answers once the game is completed. So I can check what are the questions that I did wrong, what are the questions I've got wrong, and what are the questions I have left over. So this nice little feature helps the player to understand the questions once he has done the entire quiz session. So this is how the system works together. So these 3 tabs show that 3 different players were connected to a single lobby. They were given questions, and the questions were only given to these people depending on their own skill level. So if Lokesh and Aditya and Tony Stark are high level, or their skill set is very high, which we can analyze over time depending on their previous games, the questions that are given to them are also have higher difficulty level than different lobby having different players with low skill set players and low skill set questions. So this is how our system works at a glance. So thank you for watching. That's it for now.